Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my humble home, my humble casa, my property in Livingston, Montana. Here, let me turn up my earphones just a little bit so I can hear myself. Not think. Come on, laugh. It's supposed to be funny. Okay, this is a stupid video. As a matter of fact, like a lot of my videos, I've contemplated for days whether I wanted to jump into this mess or not. But this whole thing is kind of close to home here, and I'll explain that. So that's the reason why I'm going to give say here for if my 2 cents worth means anything. And what I'm going to be talking about for a few minutes here, and don't run off and get too bored or whatever have you. Now you can do whatever you want to. But that's that Noreen, I think was her middle name, Vallow. That gal, and that Chad guy Daybell down there in Idaho. All that mess that went on, between Arizona and Idaho, and those 2 kids that come up missing, and then they found their bodies on that Daybell's property. I'm so confused and flabbergasted, or whatever word you want to use here, that I can't believe it, that I just had to chipper in my 2 cents worth. Okay, this clown, this Chad guy Daybell, in his younger year, he used to work as a sexton, a grave digger, a tender of graveyards. I've got a story on my channel here when I was 13 years old about getting the crap scared out of me in a graveyard. I've got a graveyard story of my own. But this guy was doing this professionally, I guess, and had a lot of experience in it. Tell me, kind folks, who in the hell would be an experienced sexton, an experienced grave digger like that, and take 2 people that they murdered and stick them and bury them in their backyard? This is beyond insanity. And by the way, I'm not making any fun of this, because this is a really sick deal, because it involved a young boy with autism, only 6 years old. He got slaughtered, murdered, and then that gal Ty Lee, she was like 17 or something, and anyway ended up in this stupid, I call him Dumbbell, just because he got romantically involved with their mother and all that other nonsense. Now, I'm not going to sit here for 1 minute and say, oh, so-and-so did it, or Lori Vallow's brother Alex Cox did it, or, and all that. That Cox is a suspicious-looking character in this. But what kills me, what gets me, I could see 1,000,001 motives for that woman being a black widow and a gold digger and all this other stuff. But what I just can't understand is the fact that this guy must not got off the ranch very often down there in Fremont County. And one of the reasons why I'm sitting here before you folks is because I know that country. I know that country down there very well. The reason being is because I used to live in West Yellowstone, Montana. West Yellowstone, Montana on Highway 20. Look it up on Google Maps or Google Earth. Just go straight, it would be south. 10 miles out on US 20 from West Yellowstone, Montana is Targhee Pass. I know, I've been up on that pass literally hundreds of times. I lived in West Yellowstone for 9 years. You drop off over that pass and you're in Fremont County. And Fremont County, it starts up there in the Rocky Mountains, and it's a fairly big county, because from where Fremont County starts up on Targhee Pass, going south down towards Idaho Falls, we're talking, oh heavens, we're talking, oh man, I'm going to say about 80 miles, 80 or 90 miles. And when you're up in the mountain country towards West Yellowstone, there is hundreds and hundreds of places where you could actually bury a body or two and might even be able to get away with it. I'm not kidding you, man. That's mountainous country. There's moose in there. There's mountain lions in there. There's lynx in there. I know I've hunted that country before. Elk, all kinds of stuff. It's heavily wooded, and there's a lot of summer homes in there, but there's a lot of places that's pretty remote too. Homes or roads that don't have a lot of traffic, a lot of people on, and like that. And so you would think that Daybell there would know this. Why? This is what kills me. Why he must have not got off the ranch very often. That's what I'm trying to say. Why in the world would that fool, bury those kids in his backyard when he really could have went up the hill, what they call Ashton Hill, and up into those mountains, and he would have had hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of acres to pick to do a nasty deed like burying them kids. And like I say, but the whole thing of it is, what's the date today? It's the 22nd of August of 2020, and his trial isn't supposed to start until the middle of January, I do believe. And now Lori Vallow, I don't know what's happening with her, man. I haven't been able to keep, because this case, I've been following it from the very beginning. There's so many twists and turns, and this gal here, this Lori Vallow, she's been married 5 times. Man, what a gold digger, man. Gotta be. A black widow, something's got to be going on there. And man, here is another thing. And I don't want to get myself in a bunch of trouble here simply because I've got 2 family members that are LDS. And so that puts me in a kind of a unique situation here. I've got a brother he's been LDS for over 40 years, and I've got a daughter that's been LDS for over 20 years, my littlest daughter. So there you are. But I can guarantee you that I'll try to get out of this as easily as I can. The mainstream Mormon church, which I'm very familiar with because they've tried to get me in that church, I don't know how many times, doesn't teach any of this kind of stuff. Killing kids and sacrificing kids or whatever have you. That Daybell, he just made up his own cult. And while I'm at it, I'm going to say this, the Mormon church don't want like this, but it doesn't make any difference. Just look it up on Wikipedia, Webster's, I don't care where, you just look it up, and you'll find that the LDS or Mormon religion is listed under cults. I don't care if you like it or not. I didn't do it. I didn't make the religion, and if you really want to find out about the religion, all you have to do, stop listening to missionaries, stop listening to everybody that's trying to tell you what they think they know about Mormonism. You only need to study one individual, and that's the individual that started Mormonism, and his name was Joseph Smith Jr. Check it out. Start reading about Joseph Smith. Read everything that you think you need to read about it, and then some, and you'll get down to the root of how Mormonism came about. He invented that religion. Personally, myself, I think it's a cult all of its own. That's why it cracks me up when they call that Lori Vallow the doomsday cult mom. As far as I was concerned, she's already in a cult, but that's, hey, I got to be cool here, because I can guarantee you my family, there's no way in God's green earth that they're going to support me by saying this and everything, but all I know is that mess down there in Idaho, man, it just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. That Daybell, Chad Guy Daybell, that's what I call him. He must have really went off the rails. I think all them years that he was a grave digger or a sexton must have got to him. I told the wife that. I says, I think that he because working in them graveyards can be kind of spooky. Hey, now look, guys, go back on my channel. I don't know, it was probably like 10 videos ago, and I told a childhood story, how I used to work for an old boy, and I'd help him bury people, the burial, cemetery work and stuff like that. So I just know one thing, as far as Fremont County, Idaho goes, Fremont County, Idaho really goes up into a place. It's probably known more for being leading into a place called Island Park, Idaho, which is way up in the mountains, than it is down there by that Rexburg area. Matter of fact, I didn't even realize that Fremont County extended quite as far down as it did. But of all the places that guy picked to bury those kids, which was a horrid, almost practically an unforgivable sin on whoever slaughtered those kids and everything like that. But of all the places, why the hell his backyard? Because I can guarantee you Fremont County is a pretty big wild county. It extends way up in the mountains, and there's a lot of places where he could have, or they, or whoever, because I have no idea who slaughtered those kids. I know one thing, by the time Idaho law gets done with them, I lived down in Idaho for 11 years and like that, because they're going to keep digging and digging and digging until they find out who murdered those kids. And I have an idea probably before this is all over with that Lori is going to roll on Chad, or Chad is going to roll on Lori, think each other off or whatever have you. But holy crap. That Vallow Daybell story is so twisted and so confusing, and there's so many twists and turns and angles, and it's a true whodunit, and so that's really all I've got to say, but I had to get this off my chest, that Daybell, man, I don't know, man, this guy's plain stupid, I mean, just all there is to it, and the way I look at that Lori, whatever part that, I just can't see a mother killing her own children, but however, it happens a lot here in America, unfortunately, so who's to say, I guess they're going to have to wait for the law and the trials to play out to find out who's the guilty party here, but to me, it's going to be interesting in the future to find the truth of the matter here. I've got some speculation, but it's just speculation. I've got some guesses, but I'm just not going to say. I've already said enough anyway. Okay, I'm following that case, but chances are I probably won't say any more about this because, it's a gruesome subject. It's a subject I don't even want to talk about. Actually, it's a subject that bothers me, to tell you the truth of the matter. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to me prattle on and on and on. But that area that Chad Daybell lives in down there, I know that area. I know Island Park, Idaho. I know Fremont County. So, what does that mean? Absolutely nothing. You folks take care of yourselves, and we shall see you on down the trail. Adios, my friends, and how do I get out of here?